Your Brand Found. If you've tried looking at Google Analytics before, you know what I mean when I say it's confusing and hard to know what you're even looking at. Blogging and getting your website out there is hard enough, right? There's likely two questions you're asking yourself when you think of using analytics. Firstly, there's all of this data. What am I actually looking at? And then secondly is, what do I do with the data? How do I actually use it and use it to grow my business online? So that's why I've created this custom dashboard to help you answer these questions. The metrics that we create are personalized for your business, and most importantly, it's easy to use. For example, the landing page data, which I'm about to show you, is particularly interesting. It's interesting also not only just to see the numbers, but to know where you need to improve on your landing page. So there's really two goals: to knowing the data, and if you like, becoming more of a data-driven entrepreneur. Number one is just being able to measure the progress, your progress online, because you can't really improve what you don't know. And then number two is flagging up areas that need your attention. Now this is more of an exploration exercise, but you can't explore unless you have got the right numbers in front of you, and you understand what those numbers are. For instance, for this client, we noticed on a particular landing page that people weren't asking or weren't answering a particular question, and it was because this question wasn't as prominent as the other questions on the landing page, but it was only because we had the data in front of us we were able to tell where we were kind of needing to do some improvements. So let's just dive into this example. So this is a dashboard which we created for a client in the fitness space, and there's 5 pages in total on this dashboard, and generally the first page is your more generic overview, which has your top level numbers, and it gives you a snapshot of how your online presence is performing. So we've got some key stats right at the top up here around unique visitors. You've got your average duration, and then as we scroll down we can see, how much traffic am I getting across each of the days over this period, and then where is my traffic coming from, what pages are they viewing, what devices are they using. This is quite interesting because we can now break up into what time do users sign up. So we get a lot of sign-ups during the afternoon, and then we've got also the value of those sign-ups, and whether those sign-ups are free and paid. So you've got 76 free and 14 paid, and then some other stats down here which the client wanted to know. So like I said, this is more your generic overview, and then as we go into the next page, we can then move from having a snapshot of the business to actually looking at the funnel stats for this business. So again, we've got the top level numbers up here. So the value of signups is around $1,000 over that period. What's interesting is you can see that the paid signups has gone down by 17.6%, but the free signups has gone up by 322%. But actually the revenue's gone up by 30%, which is strange. And one reason could be is because we've increased the price of the product, so there's less people buying it, but the revenue's still gone up. Another interesting thing is to see where this 322% is being driven from. So diving into those traffic numbers and then seeing what's working that we can do more of, and what's not working that we need to do obviously less of. And then as we scroll down, we can go more deeper into the funnel. So we can see that 52 of the total signups are coming via this path. So this is the end page, and they're going through all of these pages to get there. And if we look at the goal value, we can see actually $500 worth of that $1,000, a 50% part of that total amount is coming via these pages. So maybe we want to focus on this path to see where we can improve. So it's by having this data that actually it makes sense of what pages we need to focus on. It's quite common for entrepreneurs online or small businesses online to worry about all of their pages and start making changes based on just thoughts or conversations. But actually this is you've got your data in front of you that's actually telling you where you may need to focus more time on, right? There's a small amount, $30, coming via this path. So it's worth just spending a bit more, maybe some time there to see what we can do to increase that. As we scroll down, we've got pages visitors use before converting. So it's just a different view, and it just helps us to see what pages we really need to spend some time on. So this is really helping us to prioritize our time and potentially budget. So once we have a general overview of the funnel, we can then go on to the next page, which is really interesting. So this is an actual page on the website, a landing page, where we can now dive into the stats of this landing page to see, what we could do to improve or even fix, right? Again, some top level numbers at the, up here. So we've got 1,100 just over visiting this landing page. And for your background, this landing page has a number of questions users need to complete in order to get to the last submit button, which is I want that look. And that's how we then begin a relationship over email with that user. And so the goal is really to get them to this, and you can see that less and less people make it to this goal. Quite a drastic decrease, and so we may need to look at the positioning of this button, because we're getting a large number of people visiting this site via organic search, so SEO, and Facebook ads is mainly the traffic sources. We've also added some scroll tracking, so we can see how far users scroll on the website. Again, just helping us make better decisions of what we need to do to get them to the end goal of I want that look, right? And then what we do is we break up each question, we go into detail, so we can see what percentage are male, female. We're still pulling this page together, to be honest, so there's still a few things that we still need to improve, but it gives you an overview of what you can see. What I found quite interesting, which I'll be discussing with the client, is we can see not only we've got our generic kind of target audience stats of here's who I'm targeting, they're this age range, they're located in in the US maybe, this is their income level, these are the type of things they say, pain points, language. But with this data, we can actually take it even deeper and actually see what's the weight range of these people. And who knows, as we understand this even better in future website copy that we create, we can even maybe call out a specific number. Like, look, if you are less than 169, pounds in weight, then you may want to sign up for X, Y, and Z. Or if you're between the weight range of 130 pounds to 169, then you may want to, review this. And so that's now not necessarily being specific on the type of person they are and all the other things that I just talked about, but it's also being specific on the actual weight of that person, which is awesome. And you can see that most of the signups or most of the people visiting this page are in this weight range. And then as we go down into step 3, we can just get more detail, and this is more specific to this business, so it won't necessarily make sense to the people viewing this page, but it does for the client. And then as we go into the other pages, which I'm not necessarily going to go into right now, but we just go into more detail. We look at other landing pages, and then with the combination across all of these landing pages, we can then start to say, okay, here's what we need to fix. So maybe priority number 1, and here's actually opportunities for us to improve. So priority number 2, and then we can break those number 2s into further priorities to see where we can get the best bang for our time and money that we spend. So I hope that gives you a good overview of this dashboard, and do let me know if you've got any questions.